Welcome to the latest edition of Hit the Bar. We are back. The season's about to start, and I'm joined by our regular panel members. We've got Smiley, the Arsenal fan, Cully, Liverpool fan, defending champions this year, two Man United fans with Manny and Harver. Lads, it's a quick turnaround this season because of the coronavirus situation. Not much of a break since last season to this season. Community Shield's been done. Bragging rights to Smiley and Arsenal. Smiley, are you taking anything from that, or is that just one of those kind of real friendly games that nobody gives a shit about?
Not really. The only thing I took from it is that I could cuss Cully out. That's all, really. And every other Liverpool fan. But nah, it's just a friendly game, innit? It's can't really comment much on it. We've got some new signings coming in. Like, good to see them push through. We'll just see how the rest of the season goes. It's a long season. It's not a one-game season, so let's just see how the rest goes.
Cully, a lot of people talk about Liverpool, and we're going to get into predictions for next season, but, you know, there was a lot of talk about Liverpool's kind of slow end to the season. You know, it would have been nice for them to pick up the Community Shield, but again, it's a glorified pre-season game. Anything to worry about for you so far?
I'd probably say just the squad itself, to be honest. By the way, I want to know why Smiley said it was against me, but I don't mind Arsenal winning it.
Because you're a Liverpool fan, innit? Why else is it going to be against? Of course it is going to be against you.
You want to win,
I'm still waiting for my bottle from the last time. I won my bottle.
Listen, I've got the bottle waiting. There's no in it. I'll sort you out. But no matter what, I think just the lack of signings, you know.
Yeah.
It's pissing me off a bit, man, to be honest with you. But then again, like, you can't change a winning formula. So Klopp obviously knows what he's doing. But I just would like a nice key major marquee coming in. I think everyone else has done it. Even United now, they've got Donny van der Beek, haven't they?
Yeah.
So I think every other team's doing it. Liverpool are just a little bit behind for me.
Let's go into that because obviously, you know, usually when the season finishes, the transfer window is the most exciting thing. It's been a relatively quiet transfer window this time round. Liverpool as defending champions, I mean, everybody talks about how you need to strengthen the same team. Like, keeping it the same hasn't really paid dividends for a lot of teams. However, are Liverpool making a massive error by, yes, understandably, maybe tightening the purse strings, but are they making a massive mistake here not going after that one or two big name signing to strengthen their position?
I think so, but I think they're in a position where they're a bit stuck because if you go make a marquee signing, I don't think Klopp wants to change his team that much, and a marquee signing is not going to come and sit on the bench. So I think they're in a bit of a struggle. If they don't get Thiago, then they're mad for the price that he's available for. I think that's their marquee signing, and then midfield's probably the weakest link anyway. So I think if they sign him and they don't lose Gini Wijnaldum, then I don't think it's that bad. But if they lose Wijnaldum for the money that people are talking, that 15-20 million pounds, that's ridiculous. Then you replace it 1 for 1. But they definitely need a backup striker as well. So if they don't get a couple of players in, I think they're leaving it hard for themselves because everyone else around them is strengthening. So I think if they don't get a couple of players in, they'll fall short.
The way I see it is last season they lost the Champions League because of one injury, and that was their goalkeeper.
Very true.
Right? If they have a season where, let's just say they have a minimum of 3 injuries, but them 3 injuries go to Van Dijk, one of the top 3, and Henderson, or maybe they're even their goalkeeper, they're fucked. They're actually fucked. And they've got no one else to bring them in. And look, without Henderson, as much as we say Henderson shit, blah blah blah, don't deserve what he gets, blah blah blah. But without Henderson, their winning ratio, their winning percentage is so low compared to when he's playing. So I think they do need signings, man. Need signings. It's shaky. But on the flip side, Man City really signed.
Well, they've got Ake, haven't they? And I was going to come to you on that, Manny. Liverpool haven't signed anyone yet. To ask the same 11, which is a really, really strong 11, but to ask for that same 11 to have another season like they've had with no injuries is a big ask. You know, obviously the whole Messi saga's gone, been and gone now. Man City aren't getting him. They've signed Ake, which, you know, strengthens their weakest department, the defence. Have Man City done enough money to close the gap? There's a massive gap from last season to this season. Have they done enough to close that gap or be favourites again?
I think they still probably need to do a bit more yet. Ake is a good signing, strengthens defence for them, but I think they still probably need another centre back, because if you look at the games that they lost last season, generally they scored enough goals. It was just they conceded too many. So I think they probably still need to do a little bit more. And there's no one really apart from Foden that's sort of young coming through that's actually going to get games in that team. So I think they need to spend big. If they can get a Koulibaly, then I think they'll definitely be the favourites. I think with Liverpool, you've got to give the medical staff credit because injury-wise, they did really well last year. And but if they like Smiley said, if they get a big injury to Van Dijk or Salah or even Mane now, I think it's that important. If they lose Firmino, I think they'll be okay. But anyone else, they'll struggle.
Mane's giving Liverpool credit. Everyone from Liverpool, except for their team, credit.
Yeah.
They'll give credit or give fans credit. They'll never give that full 11 team.
Had a great season. The pitch, the guy sorting the pitch out.
Yeah, you've got to give the pitch guy credit for the football they play.
Oh, by the way, Matt, on that, I think we forgot Man City have actually signed that winger as well, that younger Spanish lad.
Fernando Torres.
Yeah.
I've not heard much about him. You've got to think who they've let go as well. They've let go. David Silva's gone, and I want to get on touch base with something about David Silva. But and what's his name that's gone to
Danny.
What a fucking player he is, man. And
They've replaced him like for like, though, haven't they? So they've let Sane go, and they think Torres will replace him. David Silva.
Not heard much
But
about
David Silva, they want Foden to play. I think City will just do what they normally do. If they get Koulibaly, they'll get him. If not, I don't think they'll stress. I think they'll get a couple of other signings that'll just fit in. But their starting 11 is pretty strong anyway. But they were unlucky because Laporte was injured, wasn't he, for quite a while.
But this is what we were saying about, earlier when we said if Liverpool were to lose 2-3 key players, that goes for every single team in the Premier League, everyone in the top 6 apart from Man City. If United lose 2-3 players, they're fucked. Chelsea, fucked. Arsenal, beyond fucked.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? All the teams are going to be fucked apart from City because they've got the money to spend. But that's the difference, innit?
Does that make City favourites then, Collie, this season round?
Does it? Fucks me. Now, listen, I've said it. It's going to be between Liverpool and City, innit? I actually think Chelsea are going to do bits. I think United, if they pull their finger out, they could probably maybe get top 6, top 7, maybe.
Top 6.
I think Chelsea.
Honestly, I think back to
a better
normal.
title job.
Liverpool. I think it's going to be City, United, Chelsea, Arsenal. I don't know. I think you're paving over the cracks with that FA Cup win, man. I think you've won it, yeah, but what else did you actually do? I don't know where you finished in. But yeah, you got a trophy at the end of it, which fair enough. Man United didn't, did they?
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Smiley, London rivals Chelsea have had an amazing transfer window from the looks of it. I mean, Liverpool were talking about Werner, didn't sign him for whatever reason, but not just that. That front three next year for them, or this year for them, that looks pretty deadly, that front three. Chelsea did a great job, and I think I want to get your opinion on that, because I even think Thiago Silva, even that he's 35, you can get a year out of him to teach some players how to defend. What do you think, Smiley? What can Chelsea do this season?
I think they'll need time to gel. I think with anyone that has played football, even with us lot as lads, when you got 11 good players and you put them on a football pitch, doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do bits. They'll need time to gel, need time to figure each other out. And the fact is, they still have Kepa in there, so they could score 4 goals but let in 6 as well. So for me, I think that's the weakness that they need to strengthen. But they're out here playing FIFA career mode. Just buying everyone. It's mad. It's mad.
They've done well, though. Done well. The money that they've got, I checked earlier.
They're not messing about.
They got Hazard's money, and then I checked, and BBC said that they got 50 million for Morata. I was like, 50 million for Morata? So if you think Hazard and Morata, and for that price, they've got in Werner, Ziyech, and Kai Havertz, that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
The set looked amazing at the end of last season as well, and I think he's only going to get better, isn't he? Second season round, he should be a bit more used to it.
Yeah, I mean, last season they didn't do too bad. I mean, they didn't win an FA Cup, unfortunately, but it is what it is, isn't it?
The what cup?
The fuck off cup. That's what it is. Yeah.
Charlie, is your best signing going to be keeping Aubameyang?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
He's on a different level, isn't he? I think
I'll give him everything that he wants, man. Everything that he wants. If it means, and I love Lacazette. If it means leaving Lacazette out on, releasing him to get the money and funds to pay for his wage, do it, because he's unreal. He's unreal.
He's a pretty special kind of player. He's got a lot of ennui about him, which is a huge compliment. It's kind of similar kind of.
Very risky game Arsenal are playing though. They're going to hold out, and then when the fans get frustrated, they'll be like, "Yeah, look, Aubameyang's staying." But who else are they signing?
Yeah, but Willian is a fucking.
Yeah, he's a good player. Good player. But Willian's not going to get them 2 places up. I think they need more. Look at the midfield. So I think they're going to do what United do, where we don't sign anyone.
I think he will. His last season, in his 6th season at Chelsea, his last season, I can't remember what the stat is, but I think it was 19, whether it's assists and goals.
Yeah.
That was his best season in 6 years at Chelsea. He's literally getting better with age. I think Willian's going to add a lot to Arsenal. But then again, we know what the main problem is defensively, innit? I think he's going to do bits, man. I think Willian's going to do bits.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the signings that we've done. I don't know much about Saliba. Don't know much about this Gabriel, whatever his name is. The last Gabriel we had were flipping shit. So hopefully this guy can be better. So I mean, yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. I'm glad we've got Danny Ceballos back on loan. There's rumours saying that we're still out for Partey, but I'm not too sure. The main objective has to be for Arsenal is keeping Aubameyang, because you can't replace that. You cannot replace that.
Man United, they've had this ongoing. It's almost a bit boring now. This whole Sancho situation. It's either do it or don't do it. It's kind of got to that point now. Are you happy with the squad, or are you still holding out hope for this Sancho thing?
I think Donny's a good signing for us. Strengthens midfield. I don't think we need anything in the middle of the park now. But
who's a good signing?
Donny.
Who's Donny?
Donny Van de Beek.
Oh, I thought that's where Maguire's locked up. Donny Doncaster. Sorry, mate.
Maguire's innocent until proven guilty, isn't it? No charges against him. Yeah, all dropped until the retrial.
Van de Beek is a good player, very good player. I don't know where you fit him into your midfield. I don't know where you put him, but he's a very good player to have.
6 months off in it. New haircut. Obviously, he's going to have to fill in for that, isn't
he? him, Pogba and Fernandes. I think they can fit in the same team. And I think they can.
Donny Van de Beek's an attacking player. You get 3 attacking players. It's a risky game.
Just bring on Hernandez when you get a penalty. That's what we've been fucking doing anyway. Just bring him on when you get a penalty.
Exactly.
But Sancho, are you gutted, Manny, that he didn't go through?
He's going through.
It's still ongoing. I think it's going to go to the end.
You think it'll go through?
Yeah, I think it'll go through. We'll end up paying what they want. So I don't understand why we just don't do it.
I think you've got to. I think you have to. I think you've got so much potential there with Sancho, man, and he will be the difference from you. Potentially contending with the top 2 of Manchester, of Man City, and of Liverpool. I think he's the difference.
I think we're doing what we normally do though. We're gonna stretch it out, get £1 million off at the end, sign him, and then no one's got any time to complain about, we haven't got a centre back, we haven't signed a left back. So it's what United have done in the last couple of transfer windows. Just make the fans wait, get them giddy, and then boom, transfer window's closed.
Do you think that's Ollie, or do you think that's above Ollie? It's
above Ollie. It's been like that for the last couple. I mean, was it Van Gaal that came out and said, I wanted these 4 or 5 players that he named, never got them. I don't think Mourinho got the centre back he wanted. So it's above, man. Ed Woodward is crap. Compared to what we used to have, Ed Woodward's crap.
Cully, I know you said you're not thinking Man City can catch Liverpool this season again. Are you worried about Chelsea? Are you worried about United? Are they still too far away?
Yeah.
Too much to do.
That's his worried face. Yeah.
That's his worried face. He's stressing.
You have to think, lads, you can only go off what's happened recently, innit? So pre-season don't count for shit. We ran away with it last season. Yeah, squads are going to strengthen this year. Every single team is. It's a very obvious thing. Do you get what I mean? But the football that Liverpool are playing, it's not just a switch. We're not going to jump off a cliff and that's it. It might decline eventually, but it's not going to decline straight away. For the last 2 seasons, we've been the best team in the Premier League. Simple as. Even the season that we lost it, we lost one game. We lost to 1 point to Man City, but we lost one game all season. Last season, 2-3 games. Liverpool have been fucking fire, man. There's going to be a struggle for anyone to catch us. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be teams that strengthen all the time. But going back to that Sancho thing, he's not going to change your fortunes around. United are in the same boat as literally what Arsenal are. Strengthened defensively. You could probably use that Thomas Partey kind of player. You've got all these attacking midfielders. You need someone to hold it right in front of the defence. Do you get what I mean? To cut the lines. You need something like that. And teams aren't doing that. Even Chelsea. Chelsea are signing a shitload of attacking players. That's Liverpool 13-14 year. That's what that is. That's under Brendan Rodgers. They're going to keep a shitload of goals, but they're going to concede a shitload of goals. So there's no difference. If you look at what teams actually strengthen where they need to, it's only Man City that puts me off with Ake.
Yeah. I mean, Man City, you know, it's a massively underperforming season last season. I think, you know, Premier League aside, you look at that Champions League, that's their best chance to win the Champions League that I think that they've just kind of thrown down the drain. Cully, again, with you, if someone said to you now, Champions League or the league next season, which they did this season as well, didn't they, before the start of this season, and a lot of Liverpool fans said, just break the seal with the league, get that first league trophy under the belt. Do you prioritise one over the other this season coming, or do you think you can really attack both of them?
No, I think we can attack both. If I had to choose one, I'd choose league all day.
Yeah.
Every single day of the whole year. Do you know what I mean? I think every football fan will probably admit this as well, and it's harder for Liverpool fans to admit it, I'll be honest. But proving it over 38 games is better than doing knockout. Do you get what I mean? And doing a group stage and knockout in Champions League. Yeah, it's a little bit of luck, but then again, you have to be a good team to progress, which is like why Man United haven't, because they're shit. You know what I mean? That's the reality, innit? So with Liverpool, I think we're gonna go same as what we've done this last season. He ain't gonna give a fuck about the FA Cup. He ain't gonna give a fuck about the Carabao Cup, Community Shield, whatever. We already said it was a nothing. He's gonna look at the league and Champions League. That's it. There's only gonna be 2 trophies. I guarantee you, he's still gonna be playing kids again in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. 100%. It's guaranteed. He don't give a shit.
At the end of the day, I think Liverpool, once again, if you ask them what would you want, like Cully just sort of mirrored, they would go for the league, because now a lot of people are just calling him a Leicester, calling him a Blackburn and stuff like that. And it's hard to win the league. Yeah, it's harder to retain it. So yeah, I reckon the league has to be every team in the Premier League. Their league has to be the priority. Forget about as much as glamorous as your Champions League is, your FA Cup, your Carling Cup, whatever, Capital One Cup, whatever you call it. I think you're going to have to go for the League Cup, the Premiership.
Yeah. League Cup.
He's just thinking about cups now, isn't he? That's it.
Smile after the League Cup, which brings me on to my next question, and starting with you, Arthur, before we go to the other end of the table and who might be scrapping it out to stay up. But what's a good season look like for Man United this year? What would you, if the season was to finish tomorrow, what would you say? Okay, we've done well this season. If you finish what? Is it just a top 4 finish?
No, you have to progress. I think for Man United fans to say it's been a good season, I think it's top 2. Top 2, then you can say, yeah, we've progressed, because that's the only way you can do it. I think top 4, I think that's what we were kind of expecting, and then crossing our fingers at the same time. But I think top 2, I don't think we're that far off. Our team last year wasn't that good. A couple of signings. If we get a centre back, I think we'll push it. I don't think Liverpool will be anywhere near what they are. I said it at the end of last year.
You've got to
yeah, that's what I mean. I said at the end of last year, I said once you've won the league, it's so hard to get back up and do it again. And after they won it, you saw them just decline.
Yeah.
I think they're going to start. I think they'll lose first game of the season, and then from there they might scrape top 4.
That's the mentality of Man United fans, right? By the way, Mark, we'll get top 2. If you think you're going to win the league, you'll say you're challenging for the title, but you're not. What is progression of being second? What fucking difference does that make?
It's progression from 3rd to 22nd.
What do you win for second place? What do you win?
That's how progression works, Cully.
If you finish at top 2, you're challenging, aren't you? Yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't think any of us, bar you, Cully, us 3 are not in a position to say we're going to win the league. You've got to be realistic. I mean, I'd love to say Man United are going to win the league. I don't think we will. I think
Man United are a banter club, mate. You lot have given Arsenal banter club status for years. Man United are a banter club, mate. They are a banter club. They're giving it to us in the past 7 seasons since Ferguson's left, yo. You finished above us twice, yo. You hadn't even got as much cup or silverware as Arsenal.
Are you sure?
Are the banter club. Yes. Yeah.
You
Even if
won
you
more
put in
silverware.
Community Shields, we've still won more silverware.
Community Shield.
I know, but I'm saying
Arsenal can't
even if
compare.
you not have won a Community Shield as well since Fergie.
You're not even the best team in
You
London.
are
How are you
Community Shield,
arguing?
We've still won more
You're
silverware than
the best team in Manchester,
Man
fam.
United are the banter club.
We're not in Manchester. We're in Salford.
Mourinho won the Charity Shield.
Calm
Smile.
down.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Even without the Charity Shield money, we've still got more silverware than you.
Since Fergie's left, are you sure?
Ferguson's left, check it. We've still got more silverware than you, and you've only finished above us twice. You lot are the banter club. Trust me.
There's no way you can call us a banter club.
Yeah.
With your league finishes,
No way.
with your Arsene Wenger out and your league finishes, there's no way you guys can. Maybe Liverpool can maybe give us a bit.
Ollie flipping Schmiegel, Solskjaer, whatever his name is, man.
Oh, I'm just saying. Just saying. Jesse Lingard's had a lot of dances at the Emirates Stadium, man.
Yeah, that's all he's had in it.
Yeah, he's fucking shit, but he's done that. That's it.
Greenwood's had a lot of prodigies in his hotel, but that don't mean shit either.
Yo, he's a young kid. Let him off.
That's
He got goals, man. You can let him off.
Okay, look, Cully's trying to say something, but he just got drowned out by Manny there. I don't know what he said.
You carry on.
Manny, I just wanted to come to you and just ask Harvey, what's a good season for Man United this season? And he said finishing top two. I definitely understand that's progression, but that for me sounds like a massive ask to dislodge United and City, one of them too, because they just feel like miles apart from every other team in the league. Do you think it's realistic to break into that top two?
I think it is, Mac, and I think if you look from January to obviously then COVID hit, but then the rest of the season, we were there. We're there or thereabouts. Add a couple of signings. Hopefully, we can add a few more into that team. Keep it injury free, and then I think that team can challenge. And I think Fernandes will be player of the season next season.
For Man United, yeah.
No, for the whole league. Yeah.
De Gea will still be you lot's player of the season, like he is for the past God knows how many seasons you lot have had. He'll still be your player of the season. Listen, Man United once again back to this banter club. Yeah. Remember they used to cuss the Arsenal fans out, be like, "Oh, look at them celebrating fourth, blah blah blah." Look, you're not celebrating getting into the top four now, and then you're saying, "Oh yeah, we'll get second. Ooh, second trophy." Shut up, man.
Who's celebrating getting fourth though? Who's celebrating getting fourth?
No, but you celebrated to get into the top four, didn't you?
Still got a trophy, bro. Man United didn't get a trophy. Man, you hype about that every single day on that fucking Friday night football group like it's your fucking life story, yeah? It depends on your trophy. It depends on your trophy. You lot won.
I'm not saying that we did win anything. I put money on that we'd win a trophy last season.
Man, his wallet got small, yo. His wallet got small. He was
three semi-finals and they lost. Yeah,
you signed Bruno in January, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
You not had him at the start of the season. Would it have been a different season?
100%. 150%. It would have been a different season.
Let me just say,
got second.
Smiley, 1 second.
I think we would have finished in Goal City. Yeah.
Listen, I'm watching the Tottenham documentary, right? It's quite good on the Amazon.
What a documentary, by the way. If you've not watched it, what a documentary.
Yeah, well, it's good.
It's good, isn't it?
United were fifth. At the end of the season, you finished fourth, or whatever the fuck it was. You went up by a couple of points. Literally, that's all it was. That's the difference. Bruno didn't make a massive difference. He just scored your fucking penalties that got you wins. That's all it was.
Difference, man. Look at the points.
That's a lie. That's a blatant lie.
He's a good player. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player. He's a pen man.
Where would you have finished? You didn't score all your penalties. Where would you have finished? Yeah,
but Cully, you don't get the point that as I'm watching Man United, he made a massive difference. He won the Premier League Player of the Month, didn't he, a couple of times, I'm sure. You don't get that for just scoring penalties. He changed it for us. Yeah, we went from fifth.
He's a good player. The reality is, defensively, that's the fact. You lot are
we went from fifth to third, Cully, but you got to remember, City and Liverpool were miles ahead. So all he could do was do what he did. You can't expect him to make Liverpool lose games when we don't play them. So you've got to give him credit.
You lost semi-finals and you didn't win semi-finals. Let's put it that way.
We bottled it. Yeah, there's no other way. We bottled all three.
Semi-finals. Yeah, but I do enjoy Bruno. I think he's a good player. I like to see him how they managed to play with Van der Beek and Pogba and stuff. I just think he needs some more attacking flair, man. There's some more attack in there.
So for you,
Martial stays number 9. Maybe he outscores Firmino again, and then Manny will get an hard on and be happy and stuff. But that's all really.
So for you, I know you're saying Man United are the new banter club, but what's a good season for Arsenal this season? I mean, Arteta's
finishing top 4, innit?
Yeah, no,
Such a
bet.
dickhead. He's such a dickhead.
What ask daft questions back? What the hell? Someone get him off a horse, right? Yeah, finishing top 4. It's such a flipping hard league to play in, man. Such a hard league to play in. You've got the likes of let's forget about the top 4. You've got Tottenham, who I think, and I'm not just saying it because I watched this documentary and it's made me fall in love with flipping Mourinho again, but Tottenham will be fighting again. Under Mourinho, they're going to challenge, they're going to get trophies, and I think they're going to be a force to reckon with. You know, Wolves, Sheffield United, you know, Leeds coming up. You've got so many tough teams. You have to be realistic. Top 4 and another trophy will do for us. I know it's a mirror season to what we had over the past 2 or 3 seasons, but you've got to be realistic. Yeah. We need Champions League football. This
guy called our club Banter Club.
You're a banter club. Go away.
He's the same guy that said Mourinho's the first one to get sacked. Now he's saying he's going to win a trophy. This guy, shut up, man.
Check him off, Mac. Yeah, check him off. Yeah.
Get him out, man. Get Hammy back in.
Cully, I guess for Liverpool, the pressure's massively on because we spent a lot of time last season talking about, is this Liverpool team one of the greatest teams in Premier League history? How good are these 11 players that played? Anything other than another league title is going to be a huge disappointment this season, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think if we don't...
I said the pressure's massively on now, isn't it? Because the people are they'll give you the Leicester tag of one season wonders. You know, you did it once, you can't do it again.
What they forget is we've done it fucking 18 times before that. Just because it was called the Division 1 trophy, whatever it was, it still means it was the highest you could win.
Half of us weren't even born then, mate.
We weren't born.
You weren't even born then.
Bruv, what's your problem? Why are you being ageist for? You know what I mean? No, but listen, Mac, to answer what you're saying, it's gonna be shit if we don't win the league again. And I'm not gonna say, it's gonna be shit if we finish second. It's gonna be a fucking travesty if we finish second. I want to win the league back to back. If Klopp can do that, fucking what a guy that Bondi is, man. You get me? Yeah. If we can do that, that's all I want. I don't give a shit about any of the other cup competitions. Even the Champions League, it'll be nice if we have another cup run. And if we don't come across a goalkeeper who fucking had the game of his life, yeah. But another cup run would be good. For me, he has to win the league again. That's my only one aim for next year, win the league again.
Do you think he'll leave if you don't?
Liverpool, isn't it, really? I mean, in terms of reputation, in terms of what they're trying to achieve. I know that, you know, we need to look at great teams over the stretch of like 5-6 years. And if Liverpool win 2 or 3 trophies out of the next 6-7, the public can go down as a great team. But I just think that the amount of pressure on Liverpool this season is immense, because to replicate what they did last season to the level that they played at, if they can do it again, I think it's going to be amazing to see. Harvard, do you think they can do it in a way? Who's no. Season?
I think City will win it. I'm just so happy that it's nice to sit here and not hear Cully say that we've won 4 trophies in a season. Do you know how nice it is to finally not hear that crap again? Do you know what I mean? So I think they'll finish 3rd.
Liverpool?
Yes, Liverpool.
Fucking blown Bondi you are, bro.
I think it'll be City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea.
I think you're living in fucking La La Land, to be honest with you.
I'm saying it's going to happen, Cully.
Season, Smiley.
Sorry, say that again, Mark.
What's your prediction for top 4 for next season?
I'm going to go Liverpool. I'm going to go Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Cully?
Look at Manny laughing, yo. He's laughing.
I'm going to go Liverpool, City. I actually think it'll probably be United, truth be told. And then I think it'll be Chelsea. I don't think Tottenham are going to do anything. I think Mourinho, yeah, he looks good in the documentary. And I know what you mean, Smiley. You kind of do want to like him again for what he's doing, but he's with a guy in Daniel Levy who's just not going to fucking spend money, man. So if he was at Real Madrid or whatever it was and stuff like that, yeah, you know what I mean? They've got the money to blow, but Tottenham don't, and that's the reality. Do you get me? So I don't think Tottenham are going to get into it. And I do think Arsenal are going to, I think they'll push for a top 4, but I just think they're going to end up missing out.
Manny, top 4 for next season?
It's going to be Man City, Bruno Fernandes, then...
Bruno Fernandes again?
I'm going to go City to win it, United, Chelsea, and then Liverpool.
Liverpool 4.
This guy's
You lot, Liverpool were flipping sick last season.
They were good. They were good. But it's going to be a hangover season. Watch Smiley.
What hurt Smiley? The fucking Bond's hurting, isn't it?
No, I don't. Smiley's predictions. Arsenal are not making top 4.
Yeah,
There's no way. Look what Everton have done. I think Everton will finish above Arsenal.
Shut up, man. Everton finishing above Arsenal.
Shout that.
They will. They got. Look at the players.
I mean, like just to quickly go through, because obviously we don't have the time to go through the entire league, but Mourinho is Mourinho. He finds ways to win football games. If you like it or you don't. Everton have got a world-class manager with Ancelotti. James is a good signing. We've got Wolves, who strong every season. Sheffield United. I think what we still don't know what's going to happen with Newcastle, but Callum Wilson's a good signing for them. I think that's a really good.
Yeah, very good signing.
Fraser's gone as well.
Yeah, and Fraser as well.
Yeah,
that's a good double signing.
Yeah. They cherry picked the best 2 lads from Bournemouth there and taken one. As a bunch of Yorkshire lads, Leeds United, what we saying, are they going to struggle this season? We haven't got Hammy or Charlie to represent, but from you guys, what do you think? Do you think Leeds have got enough to stay up, Cully?
I think they do, honestly. I'm not just saying it because of Charlie and fucking Hammy. I don't like either of them, to be completely honest with you, But I think they've definitely got probably the 3rd or 4th best manager in that league, probably in the country. Do you get what I mean? Let's get real. They've spent a little bit of money. I know they bought that centre back. I know the German lad. They didn't get Ben White, but they managed to get him. I've seen them linked with 1 or 2 other players as well. But I think Leeds are going to surprise everyone. I do think they're going to probably finish, I wouldn't say top 10, but not too far from 10, 11, 12, 13 kind of place. I don't think they're going to be battling relegation spots, no way.
Smiley, where do you think Leeds will end up?
Yeah, I think the same. I think slightly higher than what Cully's saying. But they're buying players. They know they're not just doing what most teams do and just taking the money and thinking, yeah, we've got a good payout to go to the Premier League. We'll sell out stadiums. They're actually investing it, buying good players in good positions. I heard today or yesterday the link with flipping. Is it Draxler or something? Is it? Yeah. What? Are you kidding me? And it's like people will go. Leeds is a big club, and people will go 10 times as more because of Bielsa.
Yeah.
But I reckon, yeah, top 10 finish, they'll definitely start pushing, and then that push someone else down. It's a tough league, boys. Tough league.
It's a massively tough league, and I think there's a relegation will be a toss-up this season. I think there's a lot of, like Villa, for example, scraped staying up. I think they might struggle this season. Leeds have rivalries with everyone. It's like there's not many other teams. It's one of the most probably hated teams in the Premier League automatically. But the hatred is massive between Man United fans and Leeds fans. Manny, what do you think in terms of where the Leeds finish next season? Do you have hope for them that they can stay up, or do you think that they'll go down?
I think it's going to be difficult for them, Mac. If you look at, obviously the players they've signed up, I've never heard of. So I can't.
You only watch flipping your own team.
I can't say they're any decent or not. Yeah, so I can't really comment on that. I'd say they've got the 3rd, 4th best manager in the league. He's a good manager, but look, if he was the 3rd, 4th best manager in the Premier League, he would have been in the Premier League a long, long time ago. Yeah. Regardless of whether it would have been at a big club or a mid-table team, someone would have took the chance on him. I think a good season for them is to stay up. So if they finish 4th bottom, I think that's a good season. I think they will struggle.
I think they're going to struggle.
No, I think they'll push the top 8. I think the signings that they've got.
How is a Leeds fan anyway, boys? I don't know why
you've got a Mourinho poster on your
screensaver.
I'm not taking that after you've got a Mourinho poster on your wall after the documentary. None of that. No, I think they'll push the top 8. Good signings. They've got Rodrigo as a starting Spain forward. Now they're going for De Paul, who's the Udinese player. He's a good playmaker, and then Draxler. I think they're just doing the smart business. Where if you look at like Aston Villa, they've just signed that Brentford striker for close to £30 million. And Leeds got Rodrigo as a starting Spanish international for 2028. So I think good business. top 10, and then they'll go again. But it attracts players, doesn't it, Bielsa? He hasn't won anything, but the fact that all these other managers are raving about him, it'll get people there.
I think it's going to be great.
Are Villa keeping hold of Grealish? Are they keeping hold of him then?
There's not.
Looks like it.
Surprisingly, no one's really made that move. Tottenham were spoken about, and
yeah,
the way he finished last season, the interview he gave, it's almost like he knew he was leaving, but nothing happened. Which is
he's a really awkward player to get into your team. It's like because he's a cam, isn't he, or a left wing? And if you look at the top teams, even Tottenham, they've got Dele Alli, so they don't really need him. Chelsea have got Mason Mount, they don't need him. Arsenal could do with him, but Arsenal won't sign him. He's not their type of player.
So too expensive. English player, too expensive.
English players are ridiculous. Mate, if you look at like James Maddison, he was going for like 75, 80 million pounds. Yeah. He's not worth half of that. So no one buys English players for that price no more.
Yeah, I think that them
Man United.
Harry Maguire, he's giving you all enjoyment over the summer. Don't complain.
70, 80 million.
United players.
United fans got
more active off-season pitch at the moment.
No player played more games than Maguire last season, did they?
Oh fucking hell! No way! Serious?
No one kept.
Are you being serious? Are you being serious? He played the most games.
He played the most games, and he's also kept.
He landed fucking mic drop, bro. He smashed it. I'm telling you.
Look at how many clean sheets he kept.
He might challenge Ballon d'Or next season.
He may have kept clean sheets, but he's not got a clean criminal record, has he, mate?
He has at the moment, Smiley. He's innocent until proven guilty, mate.
Check the couple more things for just to wrap up last season. We had the discussion about Player of the Year. KDB won it. Trent got Young Player. Any major arguments with that? Cully?
No, I don't think so.
Made the case for Henderson.
I think personally, I think Henderson should have won it personally, but obviously you can't really argue with KDB. I think he was going to be the automatic choice, if you know what I mean. And I'm happy for Trent. I think he fucking more than enough deserved that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't see past Trent. I mean, there was a lot of good players in that young player category, but when you look at him and you think, like, Trent doesn't even feel like a young player of the year. I think he could have been up there for that player of the year, and then you automatically win young player by that argument. So, I mean, and just finally, I know we mentioned it last season, but they gave Marcus Rashford PFA Merit Award for his work with the kids and stuff like that. Again, massive shout out to that. Smiley, just to you really quickly on that, but, you know, football aside, that's a fucking real positive, isn't it, what he's been doing?
Yeah, 100%. He should be, and I'm not even just saying this, following him on Twitter, him having conversations with the MPs and stuff like that. He's absolutely destroying these MPs. Yeah. It's showing them how their job should be done. And everyone cusses footballers, saying they're dumb, they're this and that, they're thick and whatever. Yeah, Marcus Rashford might not be scoring goals on the pitch, but I'll tell you something, he's educating the whole flipping government on how to run the country. And hats off to him. Just before we move on, I just want to get everyone's view on the team of the season. There's not a lot of arguments. I don't know if you've all seen it, but there's not a lot of arguments that can be, thrown against the team of the season. But David Silva was in there. Right. Do you think that was given to him just purely because it was his last season, or is there something in there that you can think of last season where you think, you know what, David Silva deserves that? Because I'm a big David Silva fan. I think he's an absolute baller of a player. He's probably changed how little young, skinny, scrawny midfielders play the game in the Premier League, but I don't think he deserved to be in that team of the season.
You know what, Smiley? I think that he's deserved to be in probably many teams of the season since he's been in England, but not last season. All the seasons he's done so well in. I think for me that's a bit of a nostalgic thing of he's leaving. We'll miss him, put him in the team. But I think, I don't know what the rest of you lads think. Harvard, coming to you, I'm not sure he's had a season, a team of the year worthy season.
No, I don't think he's been near it, to be honest. I think when he's played well, but he hasn't played enough games to even be considered, I don't think. And then I think now they've included him. It means other people have missed out. I think Grealish had a good season. I think Salah missed out from the top of my head. And I don't think anyone can argue that David Silva had a better season than any of them two. But it's the Premier League, isn't it? So it's farewell gift.
Your top three was your up front were Vardy, Aubameyang, and Mane, which really I can't really argue with that. To be perfectly honest with you,
yeah, you can't.
You know, your at the back was Trent, Van Dijk, Leicester centre back, and Robertson. That's it. But I just the Silva thing. It just made me think you've given it to him just for the sake of him retiring. You're not giving it to him. Yeah,
it does look like that. Great front three that though, and it's nice to see. I know we talked about Vardy last season as well. It's nice to see him recognised. It's nice to see Aubameyang recognised because it would have been really easy to go Salah, Mane, someone else. Just go for the usual suspects.
Martial.
Yeah, Martial, right?
I told you Vardy wasn't underrated. You lot were all like, "Oh, he's underrated."
Nah, I disagree. I said Vardy were fucking quality.
You lot are saying that he's not appreciated enough. Of course he is. He's in the team of the year ahead of Salah. He's appreciated.
Top player.
I think
Harry Maguire should have been there. Don't get me wrong. He played every single minute. How can he not be in the team of the year?
Doing it, yeah. Look at his stats, boys. Then think.
Matt, call it on that because we're losing viewers now.
Right. Last thing for this episode. We're back. Game start again Saturday. 4 games for predictions. We'll rattle through these. First one to kick off the Premier League. We've got Liverpool versus Leeds. Predictions for Liverpool Leeds. Harvey, what are you saying? At Anfield. Yes, there's no fans, but still at Anfield.
Leeds United 2-1.
Smiley.
Liverpool 2-1.
Manny.
2-0 Liverpool.
Cully.
3-1 Liverpool.
I'm going to say 2-1 to Liverpool. I think it'll be a good game. Just it's one of those. This is probably the best time to have Liverpool Leeds because it's like start of the season. It's up for grabs, isn't it? The first few games they're a free for all out. Everyone's finding the form, so it'll be a good one. Smiley, you guys are going to Fulham, newly promoted Fulham, London derby. How are you seeing that go?
2-0 Arsenal.
Cully?
I'll say 2-1 Arsenal, actually. I think Fulham probably will score.
Manny?
1-0.
Harvey?
2-0.
2-0. I'll say 1-0 to the Arsenal.
I don't think we've ever lost to Fulham. Like I'm not even like researching. I genuinely don't think we've ever lost to Fulham. I'm just saying, point it out there.
I'll be surprised.
Yeah. Now you've said that, you've just jinxed it. That's it.
Honestly, I don't think we've ever lost to him. Who won last season? Harbour won last season, didn't he?
This is what I'm telling you. Leeds are going to win and Fulham are going to draw.
Shut up.
Everyone pay you?
Yeah, everyone did, to be fair.
Did I pay you? I don't think I did,
No, you did. You did.
Did I? I must have been generous.
I was shocked myself, to be honest. Cully paid me, and in the subject he put ransom.
I do that with all. They're fucking dodgy when you're calling your bank saying, "Yeah, I got fucking transfer." You know what I mean? What's this ransom?
Two teams that did really well last season, and I think will do well again. Sheffield United versus Wolves. Sheffield United at home. Manny, let's start with you for that. What's your prediction for that?
3-0 United.
He said Sheffield or Man United.
Sheffield United, not flipping Man United, you little punk.
Man United.
Fucking blood.
He said Man United, yeah?
He said Sheffield United.
Oh, sorry.
No, you said it now, it's fine. So for Manny's prediction, Sheffield United versus Wolves. Man United will win 3-0.
Sorry, I was googling have Fulham ever beaten Arsenal, and apparently they have. So.
We're still gonna win.
Yeah.
Harvey, what you say? Sheffield United, just making that clear versus Wolves.
I'll go Wolves 2-1.
Smiley.
I'm going Sheffield United. Sheffield United 2-1.
Cully.
I think it's going to be Wolves 2-0. That. But I bet if you went back to Manny and asked him, I bet he'd say fucking Hernandez 2-1, won't he?
I'm going Wolves 1-0.
I'm gonna say 1-1 for that. And final game for predictions for this week's round of fixtures: Mourinho versus Ancelotti, Tottenham versus Everton, Tottenham at home. Cully, how's that one going for you?
I think that's going to be a 1-1. That I think it's going to be a draw.
Smiley, North London rivals versus Everton.
I'd say 2-2. I'd go for a draw as well.
Ava,
I'm going to go at Spurs 2-0.
Manny, Man United 3-0. Yeah.
2-1 Spurs.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2-1 to Spurs as well. So the way this works is at the end of September, we will tally up who's got the most predictions right, and that winner will get £10 from everyone on the panel. Boys, it's looking like it's going to shape up to be a good season this season. I'm excited to see how it goes. Final words from you all, just to kick off the season. Anything that's on your mind that you want to say, that you might want to predict, that you want to get off your chest before the season starts? I'll hand over.
Martial, top goal scorer.
Smiley?
That's an outrageous statement. But what can I say, man? I'm loving Arsenal at this moment in time, yo. I can't wait. That's all I'm going to say. Can't wait.
Manny, anything you want to say to before the season starts, where it's all fresh and nothing's been decided yet?
We're gonna end our trophyless last 3 seasons.
You don't even you don't even convinced yourself that that's going to be real, yo. Trophy.
It's just because we haven't won out. Yeah, we haven't won out in a few years. Yeah, I'm not used to that.
Cully, final words with you, Cully. Defending champions. A lot of excitement around the season. Final words to you.
I think Liverpool are going to win it again. I think the surprise package is going to be Chelsea because they're going to be scoring a lot of goals, but Liverpool are going to win it again, and United are still going to continue to do fuck all. That's it.
He said we were going to finish third. Take that.
We'll see you. I'll see you all midweek next week to get the lowdown on week's one's fixtures. Thanks everybody for watching. This is Hit the Bar. Make sure you like and subscribe and share with all your friends. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. But if you want to see the entire episode, it's always on YouTube. Thank you very much, guys. See you next week.